Good afternoon, Chairs Prusak, Vice Chairs Sanchez, Springer, and Thatcher. For the record, my name is Rep Prusak, and I am the State Representative for House District 37, which includes cities in both Clackamas County and Washington counties. I'm here today to represent my constituents, but also I'm here as a nurse and as a survivor of gun violence. From my state representative perspective, 7 years ago, a family who resides in my district had their lives forever changed by an unlocked gun. Steve Forsyth's father, his wife, his 2 children still live in House District 37, and it is in their honor I am here today. 7 years ago, a young man spent the night at his friend's house knowing his friend left all his firearms unlocked. He had spent the preceding days buying ammunition to fill those magazines. Easy, unfettered access to those firearms allowed the shooter to carry out the Clackamas Town Center shooting, killing several people and then taking his own life. The owner of the guns used in that homicide and suicide had no obligation under Oregon law to report them as stolen or store them safely. The shooter did not know the people he killed. The shooter was not a social outcast. He had friends, he had a job. He was not being treated for severe mental illness. Several lives were taken due to the lack of unsecured firearms. Gun safety instructors, the NRA website, and firearm manufacturers advise securing firearms to prevent unauthorized access to those firearms. Look, no one is under the illusion that enacting a safe storage firearm law will stop all gun violence events. My husband is a gun owner, and many of my family members who are law enforcement are gun owners. They already lock up their guns. This bill is not for them. The goal of Safe Storage Firearm Bill is to change the behavior of the minority of gun owners whose careless actions lead to death and injury of others. It is meant to be a protection for the teen looking at suicide, or the random person looking to steal a gun and use it for a crime. As just mentioned, states having acted a form of safe storage firearm laws have seen reduced suicides, fewer children being injured and killed by unsecured firearms. And those states, gun owners' behaviors have changed with enactment of a similar law. From my nurse perspective, when I began my nursing career in nursing over 20 years ago, gun violence occurred, but it was not the health crisis it is today. Nurses are especially affected as we work to save lives, dealing with the amount of blood loss, witnessing the irrevocable damages, seeing the grief of families who have lost loved ones. Nurses have a moral obligation to promote, advocate for, and protect the rights, health, and safety of our patients and the communities where we and they live. And these moral obligations are why I ran for office, and I'm here today in front of you. Legislators and elected officials also have a moral obligation to do the right thing, even when it's challenging. And lastly, from my survivor perspective, colleagues, I've sat in front of this very intimidating committee on a number of occasions. Years ago, I came as a citizen and a survivor of gun violence to advocate for House Bill 4145, and then more recently as a chief sponsor of House Bill 2013. Having made it through a difficult and dangerous situation, I am here to give voice to those who have experienced gun violence. And it is my hope that our efforts in this upcoming session will prevent others from a traumatic, potentially deadly experience. Thank you for this committee's past work on addressing gun violence. I really, really mean that. Thank you. I ask that we continue that great work with the policy in front of us today. This piece of legislation is common sense bill that has great potential to save lives and prevent needless suffering. Thank you.